welcome to Robertland. Bienvenidos, Robertland. I'm your host, Robert Thompson, comedian, musician, fast food philologist, do. What is up, everybody? How you guys doing? Man, Rossco, Soletrain.
Sup, bro?
Aloha.
Hell, Muka-laka-liki.
Maluka, is that Maluka-laka-liki, right?
Yeah, Muka-laka-liki. Come on, I want to lay ya. There's Wayne's World, right?
Wayne's World, yeah.
Or Wayne's World 2. I can, yeah. Basically the same movie.
But, dude, speaking of Hawaiian things, aloha.
Was that Hawaiian?
I don't know.
It was just racist.
Yeah, well, probably, but what's that?
Racist humor.
Yeah, what's
the best kind?
Oh, God. Well, which is appropriate for
for an episode about tiki
culture.
Yeah.
Yes. No, but I'm stoked. We're going to talk all about the
appropriation
legendary
at its finest. Really, I mean, if you think about like appropriation of cultures, like definitely the tiki culture is at the one of the forefronts of that. But
we've appropriated from everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just think about, dude. Like white culture is pretty fucking like weak. You know, so you definitely have to borrow and make do from other cultures that are more lively and fun than your own. You know, what do white people have to like what is like German culture? I'm sure there's some vibrant culture in Germany.
Yeah.
Or in England.
Yeah, soul
bangers and mash.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the English food, you know,
Yeah, no.
Not really. Yeah, bangers and mash. They've got Harry Potter diarrhea, I think.
Yeah,
is
dude, I
another
love
thing.
Harry Potter diarrhea.
Yeah, but
it's my favorite flavor.
That's good, man.
Weasley.
Well, I think there's a lot of culture everywhere. I think, white people, especially in America, they may not be attached to their heritage because it's been a long, it's so far removed.
Right.
So,
they're looking for something cool.
Yeah,
and was seemingly exotic.
Yeah.
And realistically, in as humans, we romanticize the best parts of everything, and we kind of neglect to ever mention, the pain and frustrations of, like what's happened to people, a lot of people of color, for instance, like in the Polynesian culture, I'm sure there was a lot of pain when it regards to just the way people were treated.
Yeah.
And colonization and all that
totally.
stuff.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about
how Hawaiian shirts.
Shit.
Yeah, Hawaiian shirts are cool.
Yeah.
And that's all that. It's surface level, But
and that's, I think a lot of the podcast is kind of like is about that. We've kind of taken a turn and kind of realized a lot of our the error of our own ways and grown as people throughout this podcast, and that's important, to understand a lot of things or just blatantly just disregard a lot of things. Like Mickey Mouse is basically a caricature of a white guy in blackface.
Ah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Goofy,
Yeah, that's very Goofy also.
Oh, dude, he's like the king of it.
Oh man, I was just about to do a Goofy impression, but I don't want to get canceled.
That is what it is.
But dude, I'm excited though. We're gonna talk all about the legendary Trader Vic's.
Yeah, man.
But before we get to that, we're going to go to my favorite segment.
Your favorite segment.
A Fast Food Minute with Zack Hillman. Enjoy.
This is Fast Food Minute with Zack Hillman. Milan, Paris, New York-themed shitty sandwich restaurants. When you think fashion, Subway sandwiches might not be the first name that comes to mind. But the restaurant did host a Project Runway parody contest called Project Subway. Coincidentally, Project Subway is also the name of a weight loss challenge at my local sex dungeon, but I digress. The contest called for fashion designers to make garments only out of materials that could be found at a typical Subway. Things like napkins, sandwich wrappers, or toilet seats with swastikas carved in them. The outfits were then judged by an esteemed panel featuring Mel B and Jared Fogle. By the way, you can tell how old this story is because the news article that I pulled up refers to Jared Fogle as the Subway guy with no other biographical context. The winner, Danilo Gabrielli, won free Subway fare for a year, saying, "I would rather ride New York's urine-soaked metros than taste Subway's urine-soaked meats."
Man, fun stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Zach,
so
way to do it, Zach. You bring some levity in after our monologue of just like our own like cringing on the inside of like, oh man, how well is this going to age? Probably not well at all, but that's okay. Like that, nothing ages well at this point. And that's good. It's good for humanity. But we're not talking about aging well because we're all going to age poorly.
Yes,
most of us at least.
Yeah,
you'll do all right.
Oh man, thank you. You will too, dude.
I'm gonna try.
I think we're all going to just morph into not racist
Power
Mel
Rangers.
Gibson.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah. I love Mel Gibson, especially non-racist versions of Mel Gibson. Fuck.
Well, I'm so stoked, man, because the tiki culture I've always been a fan of, not dove fully into it,
It's probably better that way.
and I've always been like a very like just casual fan
Yeah.
of the tiki stuff.
Yeah, me too.
So this one is an important one because it's got a lot to do with the history. No,
Well, they all do
they all do,
for the
but
most part, unless Trader Sam's doesn't.
that's true. Yeah, but they've all kind of progressed the tiki.
The movements of
Yeah.
throughout the ages since the 30s, basically.
And so I know a little bit about Trader Vic's.
Yeah.
I know that it's Emeryville is where its headquarters is. It started in
That's
the
their
Bay
that's
Area.
Their flagship. It did start in the Bay Area. Vic was born in the Bay Area, and we'll get into who he was a little bit. I couldn't, like I said, like the well of tiki culture is pretty deep. A lot of it's based around Southern California. We are not experts by any stretch, so people that are tiki experts, you're going to love this episode because you're just going to listen to it and just scream at the fucking TV or scream at your car on how we're wrong and how many times we fuck up and all that stuff. So this one is for the hardcore tiki enthusiasts who are the gatekeepers that are holier than me and Robert.
Yeah.
We are just peons and spectators in the tiki culture and the movement, and that's okay
Yeah.
because it's so much more fun that way.
Yeah, and
Really.
I think for the audience too, for people that aren't super familiar with it, it's also a good way to hear,
Yeah.
something about it.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I felt like we should start with Trader Vic's, even though they weren't the first kind of Polynesian or tiki restaurant and bar. Even though they weren't the first, you can still go to a Trader Vic's to this day. There's several locations. We're going to get to that. But yeah, I think it's a great place to start as far as the tiki series, because now that we're in the month of December, it's chilly willy milly vanilli outside, and it's nice to have a little escapism.
Right? Yeah, we could give you a little bit of that Hawaiian, that island feel.
Island feel, yeah.
Yeah, that tropical weather.
Definitely.
That we all would want during the balls cold December.
Exactly, yeah.
So this is
And for our East Coast listeners, you can just go down to Florida and experience the
hurricane.
warmth. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, is that
I don't think hurricane season is in December and January. I think it's kind of over.
Oh,
by then.
that's over with. Yeah.
So you can have a hurricane while you're enjoying the island breeze and
your Publix cookies.
I heard Publix is the shit.
I loved Publix cookies, dude. I had them while at Disney World. Went to a Publix, had to get the cookies because everyone raved about them.
Yeah.
And kick ass.
They're a fascinating company.
Publix?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Wow.
I've dealt. We're not talking about Publix.
Okay. Well,
We're talking about Trader
yeah,
Vic's.
well, another tropical subject.
Yeah.
Is Trader Vic's,
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
that's fascinating that it started in the Bay Area because
Yeah, it
I
did.
always felt that tiki. I always assumed that it was Southern California, so
Well,
that's
it
kind
was.
of cool that it
Yeah.
was up there.
So Don Beach or Don the Beachcombers, he changed his name. I can't remember his original name, but it was Ed something. But he changed his name to Don Beach. He was kind of the dude that started it. And then Vic Bergeron, I think it's Bergeron. I've heard it pronounced other ways, like Bergeron, but I'm pretty sure it's Bergeron, who was known as Trader Vic. He was born in San Francisco in 1902. He had one leg. He would tell people it was lost in a shark attack, but it was actually amputated so that tuberculosis wouldn't kill him. When he was like 6. He got the name from his wife, his first wife, Esther, because he loved to trade goods and services for food and drinks. So that, like we said earlier, there's a rich history when it comes to tiki and Polynesian culture. It's a deep dive and a deep well that we are not going to pretend to be experts in. We are bystanders when it comes to the movement. And I'll speak for both of us that we definitely enjoy the escapism, the food, and the sweet sugary drinks. And for our friends, they love the boozy, rum-filled drinks that are served in these cute little mugs that I got here at Trader Vic's in Emeryville, the flagship store. And
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know who gave me that, but they put it in the this little fucking critter right there. But anyway, yeah, man, tiki culture. It's bars and restaurants born right here in Southern California, appropriated from white dudes whose own culture was trash, and yeah, we can get fucked up and eat some Cantonese-inspired rice out of pineapple boats. That's always fun.
Oh, dude, pineapple boats.
Yeah.
That's
It's
legend,
fucking
dude.
awesome, dude.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love to eat rice out of a pineapple boat? I don't know anybody. Anyway, maybe people with rice allergies. Do those people exist?
They all exist. Yeah, all allergies for yeah.
All right, so let's get into Trader Vic's, the bar restaurant. All right, so it began in 1934 when Vic Bergeron built a cozy little saloon in the on San Pablo Avenue in Oakland, California, called Hinky Dinks. Weird name, but like I guess he might have like named it after Rinky Dinks
or Shrinky Dink.
Something.
A Shrinky Dink is in December usually. You know what I mean? When you're streaking.
Hello.
Yeah.
When your wiener
When you're
goes inside because it's cold out.
Does it ever do that to you where it goes inside your body? Has it done that?
No.
Oh yeah, that's good.
No. A little just like no wiener.
Yeah, like
just balls, all balls.
just like the head slightly
Ooh.
peeking out.
I like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that like illustration of Trump that was going around.
Yeah.
You see that?
Wasn't there like that
It was
thing?
awesome.
Yeah, the thing that they made where they place out in cities, the like big wax figure of Trump or whatever, and he had like a inverted penis.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
He probably does.
yeah.
It's
gonna be huge.
So I guess in the early days, Vic was like, he like loved to just get out there and draw people in, and it was during the Great Depression. So he would do things like he would like sing out in front of the place, and he would tell customers or people that he wanted to come in, like, "Hey, if you come in, you can stab my wooden leg with a ice pick and shit like that," and people would.
Oh dang!
Yeah, he was a character. After embarking on an adventure to Cuba to refine his skills as a bartender and explore the subtleties of rums around the world, the trader transformed Hinky Dinks, which was a kind of like a hunting lodge type of vibe, into a tiki bedecked tropical retreat aptly named Trader Vic's, and he put into his practice and research into rums into the place. In 1944, he mixed Jamaican rum, lime juice, a few dashes of orange Caraco syrup, French orgeat. Orgeat. I think it's orgeat. Orgeat. Is it orgeat?
Or I've heard of orgeat.
Like the tiki enthusiasts are like, this motherfucker. We don't drink.
No, I mean we're not big drinkers.
I'm not a drinker at all. I haven't drinking any alcohol in, I don't know, maybe 10 years. So I have problems with substances. So alcohol is just one of those things that I'm like, people go, "Oh, this is the drink right here, and this is what's in there." And I taste it and I go, and I just don't stop drinking. So alcohol is definitely not on my menu. So
orgeat.
I'm gonna call it fucking orgeat. How about that? Yeah. And rock candy syrup. He served this drink to his two friends from Tahiti who were there one night, and after one sip, they exclaimed, "Mai Tai Roa A," and I probably fucked that up too. I guess in Tahitian, this means out of this world, the best. The new drink became known as the Mai Tai. So apparently, he was the originator of the Mai Tai. However, Don Beach also claims, I think that Don Beach also claimed to invent the Mai Tai as well.
Wow, so there's a dispute.
I think there is, but from what I kind of, the research that I did was just kind of pointing towards Vic was the dude who made it, because Vic had a ton of recipes, like I think over 200.
He's like a scientist with this shit.
So there's
like,
pictures of him that look very science-y.
Yeah.
Where he's like got this like, he's got like beakers and shit.
Wow.
So he definitely was a mixologist.
Damn.
So yeah, he invented the Mai Tai, they say. In 1944, a Western hotel executive convinced Vic to open up a franchise location in Seattle at the Benjamin Franklin Hotel. Originally called the Outrigger, it was only a bar. Due to the restaurant's success here, or in Oakland, Bergeron worked with Western hotels to open up Trader Vic's locations at a number of their hotels. In 1950, Bergeron opened up a Trader Vic's location in Hawaii, and in 1951, San Francisco. He then partnered up with Hilton Hotels. Then in 1955, he opened up a Trader Vic's at the Beverly Hilton, as well as another one in Chicago. He then converted the Outrigger location into a Trader Vic's in 1960. So things were just really taking off. People really wanted a piece of this tiki action. And rightfully so. I mean, it started in the 30s. So, fast forward 20 years, people are like, there's new interest. People, a lot of people were flying to Hawaii, and they wanted a taste of the islands or this idea of the islands they had in their head from vacations. They wanted that in the States. I don't blame them at all. I do think that the reason why we keep going back to Tiki and Polynesian culture is because it's such an escape. It's an escape. It's an escape from reality. You can get fucked up, super sugary. The food's good. So I totally understand why Tiki culture keeps coming back in waves. I'm not sure how many waves of Tiki culture there has been, but I would say in the last 10 years, there definitely has been a big resurgence of Tiki culture. I feel like this was going on in the 90s as well. I think a lot of ska bands
definitely embraced it.
Yeah, embraced it for sure.
Do you think there's a place in a Polynesian country that they celebrate American? That's their escape is American culture, where they hey, welcome to cheeseburgers, and they shoot guns at the burgers and stuff.
Well, think about other countries, like what we were talking about in the Dead series with Swenson's.
Yeah.
How the majority of Swenson's now are found in other countries.
Yeah.
And they're all based around this idea of Earl Swenson in San Francisco and the romanticization of San Francisco, and they don't really talk about, you just walk right down Nob Hill or actually it's Russian Hill is where the Swenson's is. You just walk right down the street and there's human feces in the street and people ODing and all kinds of shit. So it's this we, as human beings across the fucking globe, we romanticize the best parts of culture and forget about all the other shit. We forget about the suffering and things like that because we just there's not enough space to just
you can't
too much pain.
Yeah, you can't walk around with the weight of the world all the time for everything, and this So the crap. Where were you at?
So I was talking about he changed over the Outrigger location in Seattle to being another Trader Vic's in 1960.
Okay.
So we were talking about the waves. Anyway, so after that, Vic began licensing the brand and signed a $2 million agreement with him staying on board to handle decorations, staffing, and operations of the restaurant. I did read something that was talking about how people would bring in weird shit like crab nets and things like that, and he would I think he would trade people drinks and food for cool decorations and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. The people that are listening to this are probably cringing, but I'm pretty sure that was a thing that he would do. In 1972, the original location in Oakland was closed and replaced by a Bayfront restaurant in Emeryville, which is now considered to be the chain's flagship restaurant. I've been to this place a few times. It's a fucking blast. Every time I've gone to the Trader Vic's in Emeryville, you meet the coolest, the most fun people, and they're all fucked up. They're all shit-housed, having a good time. So, yeah, man, that location, it's really big, and they're always doing fun, events there and stuff. I went there recently, and there was just by chance, there was a Mai Tai convention going on.
Really?
Yeah, man, and it was fucking packed.
I mean, he deserves that. He's created the Mai Tai, his place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's cool. So it was slamming.
Fun. Dude, it was rocking.
Do people rock
bands
the Tiki stuff
dude,
there?
they're all about it. They're all about it, man. And it's so funny, too, because me and my girlfriend, we were talking about how there's this through line of people that are into Tiki, Disney, and goth shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a lot of it has to do with dress up, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's adults that want to dress up and do fun. And rockabilly stuff, too.
Yeah,
There's this thing that just...
Because it's a vintage, quality, and it's of a certain era that it was really popular. I mean, I feel like it's always been somewhat popular. I'm curious to see where his story goes. Because so you said that he stepped back a bit.
Yeah, he sold it off.
So he sold it off.
Yeah. And he kept on.
But he stayed involved with doing those. Wow.
Yeah, because it was getting bigger and bigger, and it was obviously successful. So he signed that $2 million agreement, stayed on to handle the decorating, staffing, operations. In 1972, they opened up that Emeryville location, still standing to this day. Great place, right on the water, awesome. Weird little location though. It's kind of out there in no man's land. There's Trader Vic's, and then there's also another restaurant down the way. It's a seafood restaurant, but cool little location. During the So during the boom of tiki culture, which was like 50s and 60s, there was as many as 25 Trader Vic's restaurants operating all over the world. Like I said, he got involved with hotel people. There was a lot of copycats too. I think that Sheraton hotels also did a copycat. I'm not entirely sure what that was. I just wanted to focus mainly on this. And I'll definitely, whenever we do these podcasts, this is the first out of the series. Whenever we do these podcasts, I always learn more and more and more as we go along.
Yeah.
And there's there's always weird tie-ins and things like that. So when we go to do the Don the Beachcombers, and then there's going to be more crossovers going on. So, but yeah, like during the 1980s and 90s, the chain began to shrink because a younger generation had little connection to the chain's tiki theme. A lot of the poor locations, like I mentioned, Emeryville is kind of a weird location. There's poor locations and less trendy addresses. It took a toll on the chain's popularity. And then while many of the original locations have closed because of the new interest in tiki culture, Trader Vic's once again has grown to 18 locations around the world. Today, the Trader Vic's family of restaurants has 17 locations. Or no, their location in 17 countries. There's a collection of over 200 Trader Vic's signature cocktails at all the restaurants. It is the home of the Mai Tai. In a lot of respects, Trader Vic was ahead of his time, serving Italian-style cuisine. And I guess Trader Vic's was one of the first American fusion restaurants concepts. One thing about Vic is that I guess he was a sculptor and a painter.
Really?
Yeah, and you can buy some of his sculpts and some of his paintings. And I was looking at some of the prices for some of them, and you would think they'd be a lot more expensive. They're really not that, like, high priced.
That's weird.
Yeah.
For someone that's, got his fan base or his, like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get Trader Vic sculptures for... I'm sure they're small, but, yeah.
Well, I feel like it would take an artist to really, like, recognize cool stuff about that, the whole, like, tiki culture. I feel like that... I don't know if he was the first one to really, like, bring that to the States.
No, he wasn't.
So, yeah, but...
There's certain people that I've kind of noticed that there's certain people that kind of elevate it or take it to the next step. And definitely Trader Vic was one of those people that did. And
was he the first to bring American tiki culture out of this country?
No.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, he might be, right?
He might have been the first guy to take it overseas or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's going to be one of those things that's probably going to be highly contested.
Yeah.
Because there's probably people that went to a tiki bar and was like that from London or whatever and was like, we got to do this here. So he might have been the person to take it more worldwide because there's Trader Vic's in like Saudi Arabia and shit.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
He might. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. So he might have been that dude.
Tomorrow, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing though to actually go to all the locations of. You'd have to be diehard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And when you go there. I mean, the Trader Vic's in that I've been to in Emeryville, that's the only location that I've been to. I have not been to the original location or not the original location, but the San Francisco location. I haven't been to that location.
Really?
No, I never got a chance to go. I've been to other tiki bars in San Francisco. I just never got a chance to go to Trader Vic's. I'm not even sure if it's open anymore. It could be, but from what I was told, it's pretty small and it gets jumping fast. All the tiki bars get jumping fast, especially in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. I've been to Smuggler's Cove in San Francisco. That fucking tiki bar is amazing.
I bet.
So cool.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah, I haven't been to. There's a pirate themed one. I can't remember the name of the pirate themed one. I have not been. And some people will say like, there's like a weird like division of tiki people where they're like, there's no pirate shit in tiki culture, which is true, but there's people that like the fact that they just kind of melded together.
I like that there's a subgenre, or like it's kind of cool. It reinvigorates things sometimes. If you add another extra element. Pirates make sense because they're always going to islands and
the Caribbean, I guess. But
I guess.
There's like no... It's like Polynesian culture and pirates. But then there's also... in San Francisco as well, there's also the Tonga Room. Did I get it?
Dude.
I got it.
Whoa.
It's a mosquito.
Damn.
Yeah. There's also the Tonga Room in San Francisco, which, dude, that place is fucking sick. You ever heard of that place?
The Tonga Hut?
The Tonga room.
Okay, so I was like, that sounds like a
Tuggle hut.
Yeah, a different kind of room. You know what I mean?
There's those rooms in San Francisco as well.
Yeah. No, the Tonga.
The Tonga room. Yeah.
Oh, Tonga room. Oh, dude. I have heard of that.
Yeah, they have a storm that comes through. It's at the bottom floor of. Can't remember the name of the hotel escapes me, but it's the bottom floor of a hotel. It used to be where the pool was. The pool still exists, but now it's a lagoon, and there's a band that plays out on this boat, and they bring the boat out into the middle of the lagoon with this band playing on it, and there's a storm that happens every like 20 minutes or something.
So cool.
And it starts raining in there. It's cool, man. And the bar area is fucking cracking. The food's hella bomb. I've been there a few times. It's definitely... The Tonga room, it's a special place. So,
I like it. I'm very interested in all this stuff because I love the fact that they put in that effort to make it rain every 20 minutes.
Have you got a chance to go to many tiki bars?
Not a ton, no.
What's the one that offhand that you can say is your favorite out of all of them?
Well, I mean, God, I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah,
we're not tiki enthusiasts, man.
Yeah,
I've only been to a few myself.
Yeah. Well, fuck, what was it called? There was one in Orange County. Well, I've been to Don the Beachcombers, I think, a long time ago with my uncle.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
It's okay.
Because I thought it was
cool.
It was cool.
Yeah. It's big. It was a big location.
Yeah, dude. You know what's funny is tiki for me wasn't necessarily the bars because I grew up going to a Mission Tiki drive-in.
Yeah, and
the drive-in theater.
Dude, it's so fucking weird, man. Like the Mission Tiki, I thought that place was going to be so tikied out. It really isn't.
They used to have a tiki day where it was like super.
Oh, like a marketplace or something?
Everyone would come and everyone was like decked out in tiki stuff.
That's awesome.
This was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't see it anymore. I don't know if they're doing it, but
was it for movies or was it for like because they use that space as like swap meets and
they would show like a beach film.
Oh, okay.
And then everyone would come decked out.
That's
and like
fucking rad.
Yeah, and they don't do it anymore.
I'm surprised they didn't. Well, it's so big.
I saw like the Gidget movies there.
Sure,
it was fucking rad. Yeah.
I was thinking that it would be kind of fun to do a tiki marketplace there, but it's so big that it would be pretty barren, just like tiki sellers.
Yeah.
You ever go to Oceanic Arts? You ever check out that place in Whittier?
Yes, I've been there. Yeah. Cool. That is cool.
They closed that place down recently too.
They did?
Yeah, the owners were getting too old.
Oh yeah, that sucks, man. Yeah,
I would say for me, so my favorite, I'll say my favorite tiki bar that I've ever been to. Oh, dude, there's without a fucking doubt, the most fun I've ever had at a tiki bar, hands down. And some people that are listening to this will be like, "You're a fucking loser." Is the Golden Tiki in Las Vegas?
Oh yeah.
I mean that fucking. I maybe it was because the people I was with were just like the whole night. They were all fighting about what kind of bar they wanted to go into, and some people were like, "Well, let's go here," and like six of the dudes, not six of them, like four of the guys, all independently mentioned the Golden Tiki, but nobody like took them up on that offer, and so at a certain point, like 2 a.m, I just said, "You guys keep talking about the Golden Tiki. Why don't we just go to the Golden Tiki?" And then this guy Wyatt, who was wasted, goes, "Fuck yeah! All right, let's go." And then he's like, "I got us an Uber. We're going right now." I was like, "Okay, well, I guess we're going to the Golden Tiki." And so everybody's attitude was kind of shitty before we went to the Golden Tiki. As soon as we opened the door, it was like watching a bunch of dudes in their 30s and 40s just turn into fucking children. We were so excited. It was awesome. That place is amazing.
When was this? When did you go?
This was February this year.
Oh,
February, March,
wow,
yeah.
dude. That's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
dude. It's so fun.
Well, I just like the fun vibes to tiki places. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
dude.
Like,
Great.
it's always an instant sell for me.
Yeah, the music is good.
And that's funny because we're
food's
not
good.
big bar guys, but like I always expect tiki places to have something good on the menu.
Always.
Though. There's
Yeah.
always something good.
And all their non-alcoholic drinks are always like fucking delicious, you know?
Yeah, I had like a weird like tropical fruit punch drink that was pretty bomb. Yeah,
I love when they
Trader
have
Sam's.
Dole Whip, even though, well, Trader Sam's.
Yeah.
So, do you like Trader Sam's?
I do, but you know, this is coming from like a casual tiki.
Yeah.
And I do.
I've had fun times at Trader Sam's.
Yeah. I've had great times there. I love the layout, but
I don't. I think the layout's trash.
Okay,
Yeah.
really.
100%.
I mean, okay, maybe I'm not thinking of the restaurant itself. I'm thinking of like outside of
Trash.
Trader Sam's. Those like
Trash.
seating out there is kind of nice.
Sucks. They should demolish the whole thing and change it.
You think so?
Well, yeah.
Do you think it's too cramped? Do you think they need more?
The inside's too cramped. It needs to be bigger.
Yeah.
The outside is not quite set up. I think that they didn't really think it was going to be the hit that it is.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the Trader Sam's in Disneyland. If you guys didn't know what we're talking about, I feel like because of I think about all the tiki bars and restaurants that I've ever been to, and I think about Trader Sam's. So I don't think that Trader Sam's can be that. They can't make it as cool as Disney would want it to be. So there's things that they do like with like the windows in there where they do the storm shit and the not the lava but the volcanoes that are spewing fucking lava and shit, and there's things that you can't really, there's like nothing you can really touch. And because you know that Disney people would just rip everything off the fucking walls. And so I think that Trader Sam's understands that they can't do that. So they make it it's a very fun and lively environment. Drinks are good. Their mugs are cool. I've made a lot of money from some of those mugs at fucking Trader Sam's.
Oh, dude, I remember going when they had like Yoda, Tiki, God thing, and there was a line like just waiting for it to open.
And those ones are not even as valuable as the ones that when no one gave a fuck.
Like in the beginning, right? Yeah, when it opened.
So when you could go in there, and this is a tip from a friend of mine. I don't know if you know he listens to the show, but Jay Cody. Jay Cody we were there one night and a long time ago, and Jay Cody was like, what did he say? He's like, normally I just ask and see if there's anything left in the back. And so I did that. I said, hey, do you guys have anything in the back that's left over? And the guy was like, yeah. He's like, we got these Jack Skellington mugs. He's like, I think with your discount, it's like $11. So like, fuck yeah, dude, I'll take two. Both of those mugs I sold for like, I think I sold one for $200 and one for $250. And I think that like they're probably worth more now. But every mug that I've ever gotten from the Disneyland or from Trader Sam's, I've been able to turn into a nice little chunk of change for myself.
Damn, dude.
And I would just buy them just to buy them because they were nice mugs for anywhere from $10 to $15. One of them I got was all fucked up because it was the last print of the mug, so it was like gnarly looking. It was a different color because I bought one in the beginning and then I bought one at the end, and it was like really gnarly. It was pretty cool to see how bad because they'd made so many in that mold. So it was just kind of fucking wonky and
so it's interesting you're talking about the mugs and stuff that they have at Trader Sam's and Disney, which is so fitting for a Disney thing for them to be able to have collectibles and run that whole thing. But with tiki bars in general, is there usually mugs to buy at all of those bars?
All of them. And a lot of them have custom mugs. There's what the hell is it? Tiki Farm? Is it Tiki Farm? I could be wrong on this.
And I feel like the mug has been the mug has been in it the whole time, right? I mean, that's like a key. When I think of tiki bars, you think of the mugs.
At first it wasn't, but it shortly became a thing right away because they understood like you could make money selling these things. And it was also kind of a fun little souvenir to take home. Like, oh, cool, I went to this place. I fucking slugged down this monster freaking rum drink and got to keep the glass. So I think it was kind of a fun thing from real quick. They understood. I don't know exactly where it came from. I do think that there was a specific restaurant that was selling this kind of like headhunter, or they weren't selling, but they were serving this drink in this like headhunter thing. But originally it was not in the mugs, and you can get a lot of these drinks without the mugs. In fact, a lot of places will serve them without the mugs, and it's totally acceptable. It's not like you have to drink it out of a fucking mug. And a lot of them are super impractical, but that whole market is fucking wild. Tiki mug market is insane. And every time I go to a thrift store, if I see one, for the most part, unless it's like a new Star Wars one, like Geeky Tikis or whatever, I mean, maybe I should buy those, but there's something about it just kind of makes me want to gag. Even those Jack Skellington ones, I didn't really care. But like we were talking about earlier, like the goth community and the tiki community, that's all that dress up shit. And, you know, they loved it. So that was a huge hit. There was another one that was brown and orange. Mine was like orange and black, but there was a brown one. Apparently that one's worth like $500.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And like the tiki mug shit like really became like super collectible at the beginning of eBay. So like a lot of those people just like they use eBay as like a marketplace to buy and sell tiki mugs.
And
Fuck
brown is kind of the shade that like is of my shit and of
okay.
mugs, right? They'll usually mug like that's the signature.
I mean, with some of
Tiki
like
mug.
I wouldn't say no. There's a lot of like the rum barrels. They're usually brown, but for the most part, like you can find, you know, mugs.
I
Of
mean,
all
now
different.
all of them. Yeah,
They're
because
all
this is a
different.
mug right here,
That's
right?
from Trader Vic's too.
That's so cool.
That's a cool one.
Dude, so in the 70s or in the 80s and 90s, they had scaled back.
Well, yeah, I like the fad was kind of because when you think about it, like tiki culture to me and you in the 80s, like I felt like a lot of tiki bars, because bars they just get beat up, and I think about tiki bars in the 80s and 90s, in the 80s, and even in the 90s, because I was playing bars when I was a kid. At like 15, I was playing bars, and a lot of the tiki bars were just really beat down and war torn, so they were all kind of due for a remodel. So tiki culture wasn't really that big until I would say like early to mid 90s. But then again, like I was young, so I don't really know. But I feel like when you look at a lot of the people that are like that have been big into tiki forever, I mean, they're all in their like, not all of them, but a lot of them are in their 50s. So that would make sense that the resurgence of tiki and Polynesian culture kind of happened like mid 90s.
Do you think they have like a lot of Hawaiian barbecue at these tiki places?
I mean, kind of.
Right? They have barbecue.
I mean, it's
and
like Polynesian food, right?
Yeah. I'm just hungry.
I'm getting hungry too.
But so with ViC'S, they scaled back. But how many stores are now that they have? 18.
If you go back and listen to this podcast, you can find 18. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's your own question.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
I'm just reiterating to catch everyone up where we were at. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like there's 18 stores. There's one in that Emeryville flagship location is pretty cool. I feel like if you're in the Bay Area and you got to make a trip there. It's like it's important as far as like being a tiki fan. If you haven't already been there, I feel like most people they travel crazy distances to go to tiki bars. Even ones that like have terrible drinks, they'll still go there to like see like a specific feature. Like one will have like mermaids or something. So they'll go way the fuck out there to like a different state, like fucking, I don't know, like Montana or something, to see a specific kind of tiki bar for one specific element.
When you think of tiki bars and going to tiki bars, what's like a couple things you expect to encounter?
At a tiki bar?
Yeah.
I always want to, if I can get some kind of frosty drink, that's one thing that not I expect, but I want.
Yeah.
I want some kind of like Hawaiian Dole Whippy or like some kind of like orange vanilla like this is an orange vanilla cream. Like an orange vanilla type of like, or mango, like something frozen, some frozen drink, like a daiquiri or something, like a strawberry daiquiri, something delicious, sweet, kind of like shaky, just something like that. I would love to see some kind of like Polynesian pork rib on the menu. I would love to see some kind of delicious fried rice. So those are the kind of things that I always want to encounter when it comes to food and drinks. When it comes to decor, I love seeing I like looking at all the tiki mugs. If they have like a cool selection of tiki mugs, I like when I go to places and they have like a wall of different tiki mugs from different restaurants and different places, and just kind of seeing like, oh, cool, or going to a place where the locals or the regulars will have their own tiki mugs inside of a case because they'll bring out their best ones to get served drinks in. So I like seeing stuff like that where it's like, oh, these are from the locals here, and there's a whole case of all their tiki mugs with their names on them or whatever. I love seeing that. I love water features. I love when there's like lava rocks. That kind of shit is super cool. I like when they like incorporate like like skulls and weird shit. I love all that stuff. They're building a tiki bar in my hometown that's called Kapu.
Really?
Kapu? Yeah, and it's done by Bamboo Ben, he's the guy that built the Golden Tiki, or one of the people that built the Golden Tiki.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his bars are, like I said, like I'm just a bystander in this whole fucking tiki movement, but to me, the Bamboo Ben bars that I've been to have been the best ones.
Dude, the Golden Tiki, I've been by.
Yeah.
I haven't actually experienced it, but I had a friend that like fucking raved about it.
Yeah.
And he like met like this girl he dated for like 8 years at a Golden Tiki.
At the Golden Tiki?
The one in Vegas.
Yeah, there's another tiki bar in Vegas that people really talk a lot about that's been there for a long time called Frankie's. I've never been to Frankie's, but I think the next time I go to Vegas, I'll definitely make a trip to Frankie's just to check it out, you know.
I feel like the staff at the tiki bars are always really upbeat.
Usually,
too.
yeah, they're fun.
Like, yeah,
it's a really fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like the ones at Disneyland, I love when somebody orders, like I can't remember what drink it is, but they freaking ring the bell and they start squirting the water, and that's like the coolest part. Or there's that one stool at the Disneyland at that Trader Sam's that lowers down, like things like that. Like there's fun little touches that tiki bars have, and a good tiki bar to me is a place that you don't see everything the first time you walk in, and like the next time you go, holy shit, I didn't even realize this room over here existed. So that's a good tiki bar to me. But Trader Vic's, it's such a big location, and I wouldn't say it's like it's over the top, like a lot of things like everywhere, like crazy cool little built-in shit, like not built-in, but like just worn-in shit everywhere. I wouldn't say it's like that, but it's definitely sick as fuck. It's just awesome.
Man, and so I don't know. I feel like when if I go to Frisco, we got to go to the original one, and we got to go to
the original one
Swenson's.
doesn't exist, but
oh, that's right. Yeah, it's
yeah.
not fucking there.
The original one was the Hinky Dinks.
The Hinky Dinks.
Yeah, so it's not there anymore. But their flagship store is there.
Oh, okay.
It's I mean, it's pricey, but it's also like waterfront dining, and you're gonna pay up for tiki drinks. You know, there's a lot that goes into them. There's usually a lot of booze that goes into them, but there's a lot of components, so you're gonna definitely pay up. So it's definitely a place that you want to go to have a really good time, and also to understand like you're going to spend a little bit more than you would because of the location. It's like right on. It's beautiful.
Well, I think this is a great place to start. I mean, he invented the Mai Tai.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like the quintessential
one of them.
One of them,
yeah.
You know, like this is what a tiki bar
should
be. So, yeah.
But the new ones are the fucking, to me, like the newest ones are whatever, dude. Like the ones that I've been to are the fucking best.
I wonder what the last Trader Vic's was to open, like the newest.
I don't know, but I do know they have been opening up new locations.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Man, well, it lives on, and we're about to hear all about it.
Dude, it's been around. It's fucking weird to think of, like, these places have been around for like 90 years, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost 100 years these places have been around.
Damn.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got to go.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah. Man, I need a mug right now, dude.
Yeah, you do. Slug down Coke Zero, brother. And
Good.
a tiki mug.
And a tiki mug.
Yeah.
Hook it up.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
Well, cool, Robert. I think we could put a bow on this one.
Oh,
or put
dude.
a lay on it. You know what I mean?
Put a little lay on there, dude.
That's too bad we don't have fucking lays.
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, so guys, thank you for listening to Robertland. Definitely check out Rossco Soletrain on YouTube.
Yeah, brother.
He's always doing fun stuff on there with the thrift videos. We're going to keep taking you to new places. You know, maybe you didn't expect us to take you to tiki bars, but I think it screams Robertland, and I'm excited.
It's escapism. It's themed. It's food. It's drink. It's fun, and that's really what Robertland's all about.
Yeah, and
California based. That's another thing. The whole series has been all California based, fast food or fast casual or fast whatever, but it's all been California based. So, this is going to be a fun little
avenue.
Yeah,
and this tiki adventure has just begun, folks. So,
but you know what? I'm curious if you made it this far and you're on YouTube, if you would leave a comment letting us know what your favorite tiki bar, whether it be in the state of California or otherwise. What is your favorite tiki bar and why? I want to know why it's your favorite tiki bar because they're all so different and also similar at the same time.
Yeah.
what makes a good tiki bar to you? For me, it's the theming. Really, it's like if it's over the top themed, then fuck yeah. But yeah, we got some fun ones coming up. We're gonna do 4. So this is one of 4, and you're gonna have to find out what's coming next.
Yeah, it's gonna be a holly jolly Christmas in the Bahamas, dude, or in the wherever Polynesian people are.
The whole
the
region.
The region. Yeah. Well, heck yeah, folks. We end it with our very famous catchphrase slogan. In Guy we trust.